If you have child support showing on your credit report, stop. Before you call anyone, before you dispute anything, before you pay a dime, you need to know what the federal laws say. Because there's a very good chance they're not even allowed to report it at all anymore. Check it out. It's important to understand the two different ways in which a child support can be identified on your consumer report so you know what you're looking for when you go to audit your report. The first way is from some type of state agency. It may bear the name child support in the name of the account, and these companies typically they report directly to the CRAs. The second way in which a child support can show up on your consumer report is via a debt collection companies. And just like any debt collection companies, these are companies that buy debts from banks, institutions, lenders for pennies on the dollar in hopes of collecting or getting some type of settlement from the consumer, right? So this means that the same child support debt can appear twice on your credit report from two different furnishers. Now, we've seen this pattern before in the last video between charge-offs and collections. So this is the same problem, and we're going to attack it with the same solution. Okay, so your first method of attack is what's called the 7-year rule. And we're going to use the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, specifically 15 USC 1681 CA4. Now, what this says is that credit reporting agencies cannot report anything on your consumer report, the majority of items, for more than 7 years, right? Not 10 years, not forever. The limit is 7 years. So with that 7-year mark, we are now going to remember that timeline. Next, what you want to do is you want to pull your free credit report from annualcreditreport.com. Now, find the child support entry, right? Remember, it may be a state reporting agency or it may be a debt collector. And we're going to look at, once we find that account, we're going to look for the date of delinquency or the date that it was opened, right? Now, do the math, of course. If it's past 7 years, that's a mandatory deletion per the FCRA. Now, some states allow child support to be reported until the statute of limitations expires, right? So in some states, it's longer than 7 years. You need to look up your state and determine what the statute of limitations is. Now, our second method of attack utilizing FCRA is going to be 15 USC 1681I. And this is the dispute attack. Now, most people mess it up. They go online, they click the box to dispute, and they waive all rights to any type of paper dispute or investigation. 15 USC 1681I gives us the right to a formal investigation of any items on our consumer report. Now, this is very powerful because if the furnisher of that item on our consumer report does not get back to us or doesn't respond in a timely manner or sends a stall letter or sends some type of verified, that's not sufficient evidence and that's not investigation. That requires deletion of the account, right? So what you want to do, again, is pull all three credit reports, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and you're going to identify every entry related to child support, right? Note the furnisher name. Again, is this a state reporting agency or is this a debt collector? Now, what we're going to want to do is draft separate dispute letters to the state reporting agencies and the debt collectors. Our third method of attack is what's called the furnisher letter. Now, we're going to utilize the FCRA 15 USC 1681 S to B. Responsibilities of furnishers. Most people only dispute directly with the credit bureaus, but that's only half the battle. Under 15 USC 1681 S2B, furnishers are responsible for what gets reported to the credit reporting agencies. And once they receive any type of notice of dispute, they are legally required to investigate and correct or delete any inaccurate items. Now, these are some items that you may want to dispute: incorrect balances or amounts, incorrect date of delinquency. This could trigger a re-aging of your account. Duplicate reporting, both agency and collector. We've seen that with child support, we've seen that with charge-offs and collections. Of course, we just spoke about reporting past the 7-year window. And finally, no verification of the original debt. Keep an eye out for these items. Now, how do we send these? Not email, not online forms. Do not click the box. Certified mail with green return receipt. We've gone over this before with all of our letters. Every time, right? Here's why. Because the FCRA, the 30-day investigation clock starts when they receive the dispute. Certified mail gives you that paper trail. It gives you a timestamp. It gives you a proof of delivery. That's your evidence if this goes further, like if it goes to court and you have to sue the CRAs and or the furnisher of the account, right? Child support on your credit report is not a life sentence, right? It doesn't have to be. Just like any other negative item on your consumer report, you can get it deleted. It's just a matter of educating yourself and taking action. That's why it's important to empower yourself. Watch these videos, buy the ebooks, study, take action, right? You will get the results if you take the action. So text the word credit repair 458-658-9319. Text the word credit repair to 458-658-9319. Get your free Elevate Credit Beginner's Guide. Start to study these consumer laws, start to figure out how it works, start to send out these letters, and start to get the results. You will see that it works, and you will be very satisfied with the results that you get to your success. Salud.